Hello. By looking at my room behind me, you can all probably tell that I like collecting things. You know, I have pictures of stuff, I've got figurines of stuff, I've got plushies, I've got all sorts of things surrounding me in this room. But one thing I have quite a lot of is superhero stuff. For example, above me here, I have some limited edition art series superhero Funko Pops. Just down there, I've got some more superhero Funko Pops. Up there, I've got a Marvel picture. I've got quite a handful of superhero stuff in my room, but I have a really bad confession to make. I'm ashamed to say it, but I have never seen a superhero movie. Okay, I just lied. That's not true. However, I've barely seen any. It's quicker for me right now to list the ones I haven't seen, to list the ones I have seen, than it would be to list the ones I haven't seen. So, I've seen all the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I've seen all the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. I've seen Avengers Endgame, and I've seen Iron Man 1, which I just watched last night. That's it. I've not seen Iron Man 2 or 3. I've not seen any of the Thor movies. I've not seen any of the Captain America movies. I think Hawkeye has movies. I've not seen any of the Hawkeye movies or the Hulk movies. I've not seen Avengers Age of Ultron or Infinity War or even the original Avengers, let alone all these Captain Marvel and Fantastic Four. I've just not watched them, and I don't know why. And I've also seen the Deadpool movies, Deadpool Wolverine, Deadpool 2 and Deadpool 1. I have seen them. But for some reason, I've just never come round to watching any of them. And after watching Iron Man 1 last night for the first time, I don't know why, because it was incredible. So starting last night, I am going to work my way through every single superhero movie that has ever been created on planet Earth. Or Marvel movie, I should say, because that would be a lot of movies. So all the Iron Man ones, Captain America ones, Avengers, Hulk, Thor, Captain Marvel. I'll rewatch the Guardians of the Galaxy, why not? I'm going to watch them all. But I just thought it was very shameful that the 17, almost 18 years that I've been on this planet, that was my first time watching Iron Man. It's just shocking. Now, my mum has been telling me for a long time that I should watch these movies, but I just never really got round to it. And what gave me the kind of motivation to at least try the first Iron Man movie, which is where I'm starting. There is an order you can do it in where it like lines up the story, but I can't be bothered with all that shit. I'm just going to watch the Iron Man ones, then the Captain America ones, and then the Thor ones, and then I'm just going to watch them all at some point. But there's two people in particular I do want to thank, because genuinely, after watching the first Iron Man movie last night, I can't wait to watch the second one that I'm going to watch today, or tonight. It's these two guys called Alex and Andrew from the Escape Pod podcast. I'll leave a link in the description down below. You should definitely go and check them out if you're into Marvel and DC, and they talk about Disney and that sort of thing. But they just pretty much talk about everything they like. They'll rank movies. Sometimes they get early access, not early access, they'll get to see a movie before it's released in cinemas. I can't remember the premiere. That's it. They'll get to see the premiere of certain like Marvel movies and that sort of thing. So they'll see them and then they'll review them and then they'll like rank their favorite movies, or you know, they'll do all this stuff and they just talk about what they like, which is most of the time superheroes. And I was sitting there watching these guys last night because I really enjoy watching them. It's my favorite podcast by far. And they were talking, I can't remember what it was they were talking about. I think they might have been ranking their favorite Marvel movies or something like that. And they would like say, oh, my favorite Captain America Civil War, and then they'd start talking about it, and I'd be sitting there with, this is what my face would look like, because I had no idea what they were talking about. And it occurred to me, I'm watching a podcast where two guys are talking about superheroes, and I haven't seen superhero movies. So after this incredible discovery, I went into my parents' room where my dad was playing Destiny, and I said, Dad, have you seen all the Marvel movies? And he said yes. And I was like, okay, have you seen all the Star Wars movies? Because they also talk about Star Wars on the podcast. And he said yes. And I said to him, I haven't. I've only seen, and then the ones I list off at the start, Guardians of the Galaxy, that sort of thing. And all he done was he looked at me and he said, you're missing out. And that's when I knew these past 17 years I have been missing out. Because after watching Iron Man, I can now see how much of a loser I was before watching these movies. I would rank the Iron Man 1 movie probably a solid 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. It was incredible, I wish there was a tiny bit more action in it. You know, you obviously had Iron Man, or Tony Stark had got kidnapped, and then that's where he made the first kind of prototype to the Iron Man suit. And then he went home and he built the actual Iron Man suit, and then he used it in the final battle at the end. And it was just, I was just sat there watching it, and even though I had seen the Iron Man suit before, seeing him put that colour on it and putting the finalised suit on for the first time, chills. So yes, I am also going to watch through all the Star Wars movies. I've not seen a single Star Wars movie at all. It's just never really took my attention, Star Wars. But you don't know until you try, you know? You don't know. I have to watch it, and then I can decide whether or not I like it. And this superhero thing doesn't just mean Marvel. It means DC as well. I think the only DC movie I've seen is Shazam. I genuinely, without exaggerating, I think... Oh, and Justice League. I've seen Shazam and Justice League. I've not seen Flash or any of the Batman or Superman movies, although I know there's a new Superman movie coming out. I've not even seen any of the Wonder Woman movies either. It's just, I haven't seen any, not even Aquaman for Pete's sake. I've not seen any of them other than Justice League and Shazam, which is just, why? Why haven't I? Why haven't I just sat down one day and watched superhero movies? It's crazy to think I have more superhero things in this room than superhero movies I've seen. It's just, it's ridiculous. I don't get it. So as of last night, I've officially started my journey into watching every single superhero movie. My goal is to try and watch them all before Avengers... Avengers... I was going to say Marvel Doomsday, that's not it. Is to watch every superhero movie before Avengers Doomsday comes out. No particular reason. I just feel like Avengers Doomsday is going to be... Well, it is this huge movie. So I want to watch all the superhero movies. And I also want to watch the Fantastic Four ones as well, because we've got the new Fantastic Four movie coming out, which I believe the Fantastic Four movie that's coming out is the final movie leading into Avengers Doomsday. So I think I'm going to obviously watch the Fantastic Four ones before the new Fantastic Four one. I just spit. I don't know if anyone saw that. So there you go, that's it. I couldn't hold this in on myself any longer. I was ashamed and embarrassed. I am ashamed and embarrassed that I haven't seen any of these movies. It is disgusting. Why would I say that? Can we just talk about how on earth she got famous real quick? She said Hawk Tua, and then she started her podcast, and then I think she started some sort of crypto scam or something like that. Not going to get into it. I don't really give a damn. But yeah, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and watch Iron Man 2 and maybe even Iron Man 3 now, because Iron Man 1 was incredible. Bye.